Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Favorite Album of the Year. Today we're at 1987. Another good year for music. Hard rock and metal still riding high. A lot of good pop music and latter stages of the new wave. A lot of really popular stuff coming out of Great Britain. All sorts of stuff. But the 90s are right around the corner. We're going to start to see big changes over the next couple of years. But this year, some big debuts, some kind of late in career, big home runs, all sorts of good stuff. For me, as it always seems to in all these years, it came, I already knew way in advance what my number one was going to be. A lot of you predicted it. I pretty much knew what my number two was going to be as well, but there was like a third one. I'm going to mention a third one as well because that one's really special to me as well. But let's get down to it, right? Let's get down to it. And you know how it goes, guys. Everybody put in the comments below your favorite release from this year. Remember, it's favorite release. It's not which is the best album, which is the highest, biggest selling, highest charting, all that kind of stuff. This is not let's put a lot of variety in here and make sure we mention every different genre every day. No, this is my favorite. I want to hear your favorite. Okay, it's only one favorite. You can't just you got to stay true to what you feel in here. So my favorite today for this calendar year, 1987, released April 7th of that year. Released on Geffen Records here in the States. Japan was on CBS, Sony, EMI, the rest of the world. Produced by Mike Stone and Keith Olsen. I'm talking about Whitesnake. Call it self-titled, call it 1987. Doesn't matter. I tend to call it the 87 album, but it's basically self-titled. A fantastic album that I fell in love with as soon as I got it. It's been, if not my favorite album of all time, it's definitely in the top three. There's some people that can be like, Whitesnake, that was that big commercial album, Whitesnake's hair metal period, I hate Whitesnake, blah, 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 blah. You couldn't have picked any other release. Well, you know what? We love what we love. So you all can sit here and get on my case about loving Whitesnake, but they're one of my favorite bands. Just like I don't rank on people who love Motley Crue and, Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Poison and Guns N' Roses and any other band that I dislike. I love these guys. It is what it is, right? It's not gonna bully me into changing my mind. But back to the album, a fantastic album. John Sykes and David Coverdale, their last kind of go round. They produced a home run here that sold shitloads of albums all over the world. Starts off with "Crying in the Rain," a supercharged remake of a song from one of their earlier albums. Here, done up all sorts of metal, crunchy, killer guitar, blazing solos from Sykes, a howling vocal performance by David Coverdale. Then you've got the snarling Bad Boys, another, riff rocker, heavy. Again, this is Whitesnake. This is metal. A good part of this album. There's still a bluesy underpinning to a lot of these songs, though. Then you've got one of my favorite songs of all time, "Still the Night." Okay, did a video for this. Still played live to this day by the band. Excellent stuff. Here I Go Again, another remake of an earlier track. That was a very minor hit, I think, in the UK, but of course, remade for this album for the US. Did huge business. Still played on classic rock radio all the time. Still played live to this day. I dig the song personally. I don't really need to hear it much anymore. It's kind of played out for me. Give Me All Your Love. Another great kind of hook-laden hard rocker. All right, really memorable. Is This Love, the big ballad on the album. I never need to hear Is This Love again. Cool for what it is, I guess. That has always been my least favorite song on this album. It just kind of doesn't fit with the rest of the album, but a huge hit nonetheless. All the women love it, right? Still play live. Children of the Night, snarling heavy rocker. Those power chords from John Sykes, man, and Coverdale screaming up a storm behind him. Just fantastic stuff. What else? Straight for the Heart, another good, memorable hard rocker. A lot of great hooks. And then Don't Turn Away, another catchy number. Okay. Just a really great album. And again, by a band that, for all intents and purposes, recorded the album and then they were basically no more, and Coverdale reshaped the entire album. So here you got Coverdale and Sykes, Neil Murray and bass, and the great Ansley Dunbar on drums. who puts in a fine performance on this album. One of the great drummers of our, the last 50 plus years. But of course, that lineup did not tour. Okay, like I said, as soon as the album was released, started doing big business. Coverdale basically sacked everybody and replaced them for the tour with Vivian Campbell from Ronnie James Dio's band, with Adrian Vandenberg from the Vandenberg band. You got Rudy Sarzo, previously with Quiet Riot and Ozzy. And on drums, Tommy Aldridge. Of course, Tommy played with Black Oak, Arkansas, and Pat Travers, all right, for a really formidable live unit. That unit didn't last long either before more changes came, but, we know the story of Whitesnake throughout the rest of the decade, constant upheaval of members, and that's just the way it went. But still, an amazing album. Runaway winner for me for this particular year. However, my runner-up is beloved to me. And if it wasn't for this one would easily be my pick of the year. It's an album I loved when it came out. I continue to love to this day. In fact, I think I love it more now even than I did back then. I'm talking about The Hall of the Mountain King by Savatage. Top to bottom, just absolutely killer. I've got deep roots and love for Whitesnake, but man, this is a great album. Like I said, if it wasn't for that album, here's your number one for me. But 24 Hours Ago, Beyond the Doors of the Dark, Legion, Strange Wings, the title track, Prelude to Madness as well, Price You Pay, White Witch, Last Dawn, and Devastation. Side one of the LP is absolutely incredible. I think the back end kind of loses a little momentum, but still a stupendous album. My favorite Savatage album. The height of their powers, they would go on to do a lot of great stuff after this, but I always come back to this one. Always. So there you have it. I do want to give a mention to what was my number 3, and that's Clutching at Straws from Marillion, the last go-round in the studio with Derek Dix, otherwise known as Fish. A stupendous album. It's my favorite Marillion album. It's a great concept album, and I've always loved it a lot. If it wasn't for these two, who knows? But that's my kind of like number 3 pick of the year. So there you have it. 1987. List your favorites in the comments below. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer here. So this is also on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Coming up, we've got Ranking the Studio Albums with Chris Canzoneri for Nile. Great American technical death metal band. We're going to do a little channel update. Then tonight, the Cybert Brothers are coming on the show for a couple rants. That should be a lot of fun, so stay tuned for that. And, we'll see you then. Lots of programming coming up. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.